Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going back over to Germany to Herzoglich. Herzoglich is... oh my god, I always forget the name offhand. Herzoglich Bayerisches Brauhaus Tegernsee. You have to say it in a stereotypical German accent, of course. So yeah, this is the Tegernseer Leicht, which is a lighter version of the Helles. Clocking in at 2.8% ABV, but so it's basically 40% less alcohol and 33% less calories. So lower calorie lagers, and I found a lot of these sort of lighter versions of established Helles lagers, they have a more pronounced hoppy character. The one that really sticks out to me is the Paulaner Leicht, which has just genuine fruity hop flavours, which you don't find in the standard München Hell. You'll have to excuse my pronunciation as well, because I'm starting to get a cold, so it sounds even more absurd when I attempt a German accent. But yeah, this is a beer that I never saw when I was living in Germany. Of course, I saw the Helles all the time, and the export beer and the Spezial. Those are beers I drank a hell of a lot, along with the likes of Paulaner and Augustina. Some of my favourite beers, and as you see, the bottle is already open, it's not been poured yet. This is take two, because started to talk about Brexit, and I don't want to do that on a beer review, especially when it's a European beer. But all I'll say is get to Germany while you can, people in the UK, because who knows how much we're going to fuck it all up, because we fucked it all up already. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Although, what I will say is, although I voted to remain because I was living in Germany, at the time, if we do get to the point of a referendum, I will be voting to leave, because that's what we voted for. Anyway, let's not get self-righteous. Let's not get into a political discussion. I do separate videos on the channel for that. Let's just sit back and enjoy what should be a very high quality beer, and picked this up from Little Leeds Beer House on my recent visit. I picked up I also picked up the Doppelbock, which was fantastic. Another Tegernseer beer that I never saw whilst living in Bavaria, or Regensburg, I should say. But yeah, beer in a glass, and it does look a little bit paler than you would expect compared to the Helles beer. I'm not sure if it's the same sort of recipe, just they've took out the sugars, and of course that takes out the calories as well. But yeah, it does look a little bit more paler, a little bit more pin bright, a little bit more fainter, but it still looks absolutely wonderful in the glass. I just love a good Helles beer. Yeah, we can be a little bit too poncy, we can be a little bit too up our own arses when it comes to beer, but traditional German beer is just some of the finest beer you will ever drink, no matter how far we've come in terms of brewing techniques and experimentation. Don't get me wrong, I love experimental hoppy beers, really dark, strong ABV stouts. I love weird and wonderful things going on in beer. I thrive off the creativity and the energy, but every now and then it's just so satisfying, especially for the soul, when you just have a really well brewed German lager. And anyway, as Paul would say, I'm romanticising a little bit too much, but what the fuck does Paul know? I take that back. I love you, Paul. But yeah, it looks fantastic, and the beer poured about one small finger's worth of a white head. So what you would expect, really. So let's see if we could get anything on the nose through my my blocked nose. It's got that sort of like slight fragrant biscuitiness to it. A lovely crisp light malt character. Getting a little bit more of a pronounced herbal tone coming through. It's got that very subtle muskiness, just the right amount of sweetness. It's not in your face in any way, it is very laid back and light, but from what you do get, it smells pretty bang on. So let's give it a taste. Prost. And it's just what I was expecting it to be. It's considerably more bitter than the Tegernseer Hell, because you do get that big herbal hop character coming through with very subtle citrusy tones. Obviously at 2.8% you're not expecting the biggest body, but it's not watery. It's really not watery at all. It's got a real boldness to it. And you know what? You'd be hard pressed to really feel the difference if you were presented this and you drink it. You wouldn't think that, well, that's a bit lighter than usual. You'd only really know that because it's a lighter ABV beer. It's still got all that character. Obviously it's got a slightly thinner body than your standard, upper 5% ABV Helles beer, but it just does not lose any sort of character at all. If anything, it just makes it that much more drinkable. This will not last 2 minutes, and it'll really prove that I might actually have an alcohol problem. But all joking aside, this is a terrific little beer. I love the bitterness on the back end with this. Lovely grainy characters coming through. You just want a crate of this sort of beer, do you know what I mean? And it's just hitting all the right spots. It really, really is. Maybe I should have bought a bottle of the Tegernseer Hell to do a little bit of a side-by-side. But I don't think ahead, because I'm an idiot. But tell you what, for the price I paid as well, about £3.20, worth every penny. That is a lovely beer. Perfect for the summer months. Perfect when you just want to chill out, not get too carried away, but you still want to keep up with everyone else. Because even a beer like this could probably catch up on you because of just the sheer amount of how many steins and masses of this you would drink. It's just lovely. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy. It's not going to be a 10 out of 10. You've got to rein that in a little bit. But yeah, if you want something a little bit different that doesn't stray away too much. And I could see a lot of people maybe overlooking this because it is the ABV that it is. And, you do get those sorts of beers that are lower in ABV than the other version, where you do feel the difference. Not like a sense of lack of quality, but you just get a different drinking experience. It's not as satisfying. Because you can tell that it's catered for people who just want to take it a little bit easy. But yeah, I would happily in a beer garden in Tegernseer just demolish mass after mass of that, because that's just fantastic. And I've not had a German beer. Well, I have a few weeks ago. I had the Doppelbock, but I've not had a German. Nearly snotted then. I've not had a German lager for ages, and this is just hitting all the spots. And perfect beer to see me into a day off after a few days of having shitty customers. So yeah, this is the beer I needed. So yeah, if you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts, opinions. In terms of a rating, I would definitely give this one an 8.5 out of 10. In fact, no, give it a 9. It's doing it. It's the sort of beer, especially in this light lager sort of culture. If you wanted a little bit more of a personality, a little steeper in price, of course, but you wanted after work drink that's got a little bit more character than some of your other lower ABV lagers, and you can get hold of it, definitely do give it a try. I think that's a wonderful beer, and it's such a wonderful brewery as well. Yet to have even a boring beer from those guys. And yeah, the playlist will be down below. Also check out the brewery. If any of my friends have held beer tubes have reviewed this, the links up down below. Of course, big shout out to Little Leeds Beer House for stocking some really intriguing sounding German beers. most of which I'd never tried before, but for some reason I didn't pick up a bottle of each, and I'm really kicking myself because I like to really push German beer on this channel. And you drink examples like that, and that's why. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions about the brewery, about this beer, about some of your favourites, maybe some of your favourite light lagers, what beers you'd like me to drink. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers, guys. Cheers.